Welcome to our video where I'm going to give you some basic advice on how to stream. Now, if you want to learn how to actually do the streaming, that's a different video. This is just going to be advice on how to do it well. Okay? So the first piece of advice that I can give you, and probably the most important, is going to be that you need to have a reliable internet connection. What I mean by this is if your internet is slow, it could be an issue because watching a video on YouTube is very different from streaming. Streaming takes up more resources when you're on the internet. So it wouldn't be a bad idea first to do a test stream to make sure that your quality is high enough. If not, you might have to change things around. So I suggest that you stream, if possible, from a Wi-Fi connection. If you use your mobile phone, most likely you'll be fine, but a Wi-Fi connection typically is going to be better. Next up, fortunately, because of how modern phones are, you typically don't need any other equipment to make this work, which is amazing, right? But you do need to be careful about background noise. To give you an example, I was working with someone who was streaming from their basement. Everything was great. He was using an iPhone. But whenever his heater would kick on, it would make this background noise. And because of how a microphone works on a smartphone, a background noise can sometimes throw everything off. And all of a sudden, you couldn't hear him as well. So just be mindful if you're in a room where there's noises that are going to be coming on and off, even if you don't think it's a big deal, like if you have a humidifier or a heater or whatever, I would encourage you to turn it off just while you stream. Next up, you gotta practice. Please make sure you practice. This is a way to test your internet connection, make sure you're doing everything right. The last thing you want to do is let everyone know how you're going to be streaming, and then you're not able to because you do something wrong. So you can go on Facebook, you could just do a test stream, not tell anybody about it, and you could even say this is a test stream. If anybody happens to find your stream, no big deal. But when you're going to be actually having a stream you want people to watch, ideally you'll let them know ahead of time. They're going to be anticipating it, and you want things to go smooth then. Now, I also want to encourage you to relax. I know this could be easier said than done, because especially if you've never done this before, it is a little bit strange. The thing that makes it the most strange is that you're going to be talking to people and it's going to be a complete one-sided conversation, even though it is technically live. Now, if you're able to, you can read people's comments as they type them in. If you're able to stream and have it open on your phone, that's great. You can see their comments. Keep in mind, there's going to be an anywhere from 15 to 30 second delay between when you talk and when they hear what you said, just so you know that. I want to encourage you. I think practicing is important, especially if you feel nervous. It's one of those things that it seems that people do feel weird about it at first, and that's okay because it is a different kind of thing. But once you start doing it, it becomes pretty natural. I personally used to be nervous about it too, and now it's second nature for me. Especially if you're used to presenting, this is not going to be difficult for you. Just remember, if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. Streaming is very different from creating a published commercial. Like if you were to make a commercial or a training video or a yoga, whatever, people are going to expect that you're not going to make a bunch of mistakes. But whenever you stream, people tend to give you slack. And that means that if you mess something up, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. So, and if you're streaming and your cat walks behind you, that kind of stuff, it happens all the time. That's a part of helping people feel more comfortable seeing you. I don't know about you, but if I was meeting with someone and they had their cat run by in the background or their dog, I would think that's pretty cool. It certainly isn't going to bother me because it's not a super professional presentation. Okay? Last but not least, if you're able to, I do suggest that you interact. So if you stream from your phone or computer, once you go live, there's going to be comments that pop up. And if people write things on Facebook to you, you'll be able to see it, even though there will be a bit of a delay. So one thing that I like to do is when I stream, I will ask people questions, but then I keep in mind that's going to be at least 15 seconds until I see their answers. So I'll ask a question, and then I'll keep talking about something, and then get to the answers after that. So again, it's an adjustment, but doing what you can to help people feel interacted with and engaged is certainly going to help your stream be more effective, have people want to come back and learn more, all that good stuff. All right, good luck.